You are a powerful being. You are one of a kind. You are destined to do important, wonderful, creative things with your life. You have a flame inside of you to cultivate. That flame is powerful. That flame burns brightly. It illuminates your path. We need to use our thoughts, and we need to use our practices and our words to influence and grow that flame. But what do we do when we lose it? What do we do when we lose our mojo? We're going to find out how to get that back again. Welcome to Rise. You're in the right place. So everybody, I'm going to light a little bit of Palo Santo to kind of harmonize the environment, to kind of just raise the vibrations in here. As we raise the vibrations, we're going to inhale possibility and exhale expectations. How do you reconnect with your flame? How do you find your mojo again? That's what we're going to discuss in the video today. And I'm going to give you some powerful tips on how to regain your flame and reconnect with your purpose. Today is the first day that I'm back at work. I went through a severe bout of COVID, and thankfully I'm okay. But I'm struggling to find my inspiration again. In fact, I'm returning to work feeling a little afraid, like, where did it go? The whole experience of not being well changed my perspective on life. It was painful. I feel like I lost so many of the gains that I had worked really hard for. My routine is completely out of whack. Well, today we're gonna get back in order because life begins right now. It's really important after an episode of illness or a setback, an emotional breakup, or something that happens unexpectedly and makes you crumble. It's really important to know how to get yourself back again, to get your inner strength back again. And I think there are three major points. One is to remember to live deliberately. Number two, to stop suffering. And number three, practice a process to enhance your creativity, to make you receptive for the most creative life possible. Number one, living deliberately means making choices that promote health and promote well-being. It's easy to kind of go down this pathway where you're like, what does it matter? I'm just going to get sick again, or I could get sick with another illness again and it'll set me back. So why do I put so much work into cultivating my inner flame anyway? Well, living deliberately gives you some little bit of control over those things and accidents that can happen in life that are extremely random. Living deliberately is really good for modulating anxiety. Living deliberately helps us to have a rhythm in our life. For example, deliberately going to bed at a decent time, deliberately getting up in the morning and moving your body after 8 hours of rest, deliberately seeking out helpful relationships, deliberately choosing foods to put in your body that promote health and well-being. So living deliberately takes a little bit of energy to run against the grain, because you may just want to eat what tastes good and is inexpensive and in front of you right now. You may just feel like it takes too much effort to reach out to talk to somebody, and you may feel like just staying in bed forever because, you know, bad things happen and what's the point? But I'm going to encourage you to take the leap to live deliberately. Number two, stop suffering. Suffering is a part of life. However, how much we let it color our world is a choice. And sometimes it's an addiction. You know, it's always thinking about what is not here, what should be happening, the pain going on all over the world, bringing your energy down, dimming your flame. So it's not like enhancing empathy or connection, it's actually dimming your flame. So choosing to not participate so much in suffering, because it's going to be there regardless, because life is suffering. That is a tenet of Buddhism. I mean, it's just the way we are as humans. However, to focus on it every second is not the way to live in your purpose, to live in your flame, and to be alive. Choose gratitude. Choose to be grateful for whatever you can in the moment, for your breath, for your mobility, for your family, for the fresh air that hopefully you are breathing. Choosing to be grateful. It's hard to suffer and be grateful at the same time. And when you choose gratitude, you activate brain circuits that promote health, happiness, and the secretion of certain neurohormones that sustain well-being. So choosing gratitude actually puts your brain in a whole different state than just allowing the misery and ruminating on the suffering. That can go on forever, but it takes an active choice, a deliberate choice to stop suffering, not to let that be the common thread in your thinking. Stop suffering. Choose life. Then the third thing I think is very important to bring back your mojo, to come back to life, is to create a process in your life where you practice some things that promote creativity, that promote serenity, that give you a sense of being something larger than just yourself, something that connects you to the mystery and the beauty of the world. I have my own certain process that I do for my mental clarity and my mental hygiene. It involves exercise, it involves meditation, diet, and sleep. I think it's really important to get at least 6 to 8 hours of solid sleep a night. And after sleeping and being sedimentary for a while, it's time to get up and move. I mean, it's not always a feeling that you have like, yeah, it's time to get up and move. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's cold. Sometimes your feet hurt. But getting up and moving and greeting the day is something I do to stay strong and keep my flame alive. So you get up and move. I like to take a walk. And they're bonus points if the sun is out, because the sun helps us to secrete dopamine, which is the jazz of life, and makes us want more. When we awaken in the morning, we're kind of in this theta state. And this theta state is the part of our life, our waking life, where we are very close to our unconscious, our subconscious. And what we do at that time really plants the seeds for the rest of the day. So I urge you not to start your day off scrolling on your Insta or through the Apple News. I urge you to check the time and go outside, get some nature, move your body. That will prime you to be strong, and that will prime your brain to look for the bigger picture rather than getting stuck in the minutia and the problems of the world. And that's what you kind of want to feed your theta when you wake up. It's a really powerful time. And after you take your walk, or I take my walk, it's important to do something to remind yourself that you are part of a bigger process. I like to chant for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and I like to meditate Find what gives you that serenity and connection. It may be meditation, it may be chanting, it may be yogic breath. There are specific practices out there, and I encourage you to use them to help stoke your inner flame. So after illness or a period where we are not living our most robust lives, when we're kind of in our suffering, when we're not living deliberately and we've completely chucked any kind of rhythm, daily rhythm, it's important to get back and to remember that change happens and that bad things do happen. But when we regroup and when we reorganize, we develop something called cognitive flexibility, which gives us resilience, the ability to make it, even though everything isn't going exactly as we would want it to. We're still able to maintain our happiness, our joy, our relationships, even in the midst of things changing, of things not being utterly predictable. So when we pull ourselves back, pull up our boots, get back into the game, we are giving ourselves a gift of resilience and cognitive flexibility. That is huge defense from anxiety. So every time we get knocked down, we get back up, we get stronger, and we get more immune to anxiety. So the gifts that happen from this pause, the gifts that are given from falling off the horse are, it's sublime. It's the gift of being able to live in harmony with the process of change in life. That's a pretty profound gift. And I'm going to choose to be grateful for raising my awareness about change happening in life and my ability to live in harmony with this process of change. I'm going to choose gratitude for that. I'm going to use that to restoke my inner flame, my sense of purpose, my reason for being, and my reason for feeling so alive and wonderfully alive, because life begins right now. Getting back into balance, reactivating your inner vision for the best life is a process, and we always need to be re-inspired for that process to occur. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help from loved ones. That you might need more support. You might need some hand holding. You might need some TLC to get your fire back. It will come back. Fight the fear. Fight the inertia. Cultivate boldness. Cultivate courage. Ask for help. And you know what? Not everything that you do is going to be the fire or be the best, but it will contribute to your learning, and that learning gives you tremendous discernment and the ability to choose, the ability to live better and live more deliberately in a way that works for you. So whatever choice you make, do it. Be bold, be courageous. Cultivate your flame. We can do this, guys. Happy 2024. See you soon. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.